Welcome to Civitai.com, the home of the generative AI art community. If you enjoy this video, please consider hitting us with a like and subscribing, as it'll go a long way in helping us continue to bring you the highest quality AI community content. Please enjoy the video. Okay, well, we will, if he pops in at some point, then we'll just,
for sure,
we will make it work. Claire, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Super excited about this round. From all the Twitter responses, seems like a lot of other people are very excited as well. Let me pull up the Twitch real quick just so I can see when people come in.
Yeah, I'll post in the Project Odyssey chat too.
All right. Let me get the chat up here. What is up, everybody? What is up? Welcome. Sorry, we're about 30 seconds late today, but it's all good. Cosmic, Engelstein, what is going on, guys? We'll give everyone maybe like a 3-5 minute little period to come on in, since a lot of people saw the post about today's stream, since we are talking about Project Odyssey Season 2, which starts on
Monday.
4 days on Monday.
Yeah, but this time we're actually, of course, we'd love if people compete and make a new film within the competition window of December 16th to January 16th, so 1 month to synergize with those free trials. But we're also opening it up to films that are made within 90 days of January 16th. So that is, I think, October 18th, to give people, maybe they're busy over the holidays, maybe they've made a great film, but they made it just last week, right? So we want to give everyone a chance to participate, showcase the best of kind of the most recent technology. So we're accepting all of those entries, and they'll all be judged equally in this season of the competition to make it a little bit more accessible.
In season 1, did we give them a month as well? Was it the same thing?
Yeah, it had to be. They could have started it before the month, but they had to have completed it within the.
Claire, did you have a favorite from?
Sorry, I unplugged
from season 1?
Yeah, they had to have completed it within that 1 month period. But the way Runways works, I think too, you have like 6 months to apply, or they have a really big window. So we're trying to find that balance between having it be a competition, also having it be in that like film festival realm, but both being able to provide that opportunity to showcase best in class films, but also give people a little challenge to make something new and try out these tools that are just coming out every day.
Awesome. Sorry, Matty, I think your headset came unplugged, but I had asked Claire if she had a favorite
my apologies.
From last year.
Yeah, I love the one iCourse. I know I don't remember the title, but that was my favorite one. I
think everyone did. I think everyone loved the iCore one. I think the iCore one and everything that those guys did, especially thinking about how many months ago that was.
You mean the Roki one?
Roki, yeah, was a really great masterclass in exactly what's possible, given they had like a team and it was multiple people and they did their own music, and it was a lot that went into that, but it is what is possible.
Yeah, Tyler, do you want to even click on? So we've revised the website a little bit. So for previous winners, yeah, you can see kind of all of the different one. Yeah, that's one we mentioned. We're so they're all on YouTube for the winners, and then we have the honorable mentions on Civitai too, across all those different categories, and we're opening up even more this time.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about this season. I can't wait to see what everyone makes, especially since we have new categories, right?
Yeah, can you want to pull up that window, please?
Yeah, Are you guys hearing my Discord notifications? Are you hearing that little ding ding?
No.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay, so rules and categories. And guys, we'll any questions you have about anything Project Odyssey related, please just drop them in the chat. We'll be answering questions throughout the stream as this whole thing goes along. But all right, let's go over the categories, Matty.
Yeah, so of course we have our returning ones: narrative, music video, open format, which is kind of like a catch-all, behind the scenes, which is actually my favorite category, and the sponsor awards. So narrative is, of course, your traditional story. Music video is, and so all those rules at the bottom are consistent through each category. But some of them have, for example, like the marketing and advertising one, they have like a little bit of a time limit, and some different, like for social media, I think we have it also like a short form video has to be 9:16 vertical. But for the other ones, it's pretty open-minded in terms of up to 15-minute time limit. We increased it up to 20 gigabytes too, so you can, if you're making a film that big, you have the capabilities to do it without having to compress it. You can get your high bit rate. So we're doing it through the Vimeo API this time. So kind of a good mix. It's like I like to think of it as the Olympics. There are all these different ways that people like to create. Filmmaking is not just one thing, so providing that whole spectrum.
I really like the addition of the marketing and advertisement category, as well as kind of changing because last year, we gave them the 3D scene for the 3D one with all the control nets and all that stuff. And because for a lot of people, last year's Project Odyssey was like, they used it as their opportunity to make their first AI animation. And with that 3D category, the thought process behind us bringing in Enigmatic E and giving them all the control nets and just everything they needed for that video was, this is complicated. Like there's no sugarcoating it, right? Like using these tools and figuring out a pipeline and a workflow for all this stuff gets super complicated and cumbersome. Let's try to make it as easy and approachable for people that want to throw in for the first time as possible.
Yeah, so that 3D category, which was essentially, can you take input footage and rotoscope it or stylize it using a vid-to-vid workflow, we've updated that to be the rendering and VFX category. So now, similarly, it's still, that's the main challenge, but now you can bring in any of your own input footage. So I've seen some amazing things where you just take like a gray box 3D model, 3D scene, and then you're able to stylize on top of that. A lot of the examples we have there are from Enigmatic E, who really has like a masterclass in all of this. Yeah, so that's the one from last year where we had this like Running Man in Enigmatic E, made that for us, and then the community just took it in some really wild directions.
The alien one with the Project Odyssey thing on the tank was so well done. The one that won, I really liked it. I also liked the girl falling in the bed. I thought that was such a clever. Yeah. That was such a clever play on just like the base animation, right?
Totally. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was one of my favorites too. The unicycle.
What was your favorite over everything? Don't say Roki again. We know everybody loved Roki. What was your favorite one of everything last year? Because my background actually is in documentary film and journalism. So in the behind the scenes, I loved hearing the both all the different winners there. But I liked the films that had both the entry and the behind the scenes. So I think Get to You and the Get to You behind the scenes, and Ironhead, won in the was the runner up in narrative, and I think the Ironhead was my favorite overall film just because it was so funny, right? Of this grandpa in this like Iron Man suit just headshotting people.
It kind of it used the medium well, and they had a great story behind it. And too, like Diesel Lord, who is the creator, from what I had seen, I had DM'd him about the competition. I said, he had done a lot of these great social media style transfer videos, and so he really did something new and creative. Like he took that foundation of what he was doing with social media and applied it to narrative, which I think is what we want to do for everyone, is really push them to try something new, try something different, go out of your comfort zone. So yeah, it was cool hearing their story of how they approached it.
So Diesel was actually one of the OG guys too, from when everyone was making stuff with Warp Fusion. So it's also been really cool for me to see the evolution of just like everyone that's kind of been wrapped up in the AI animation niche on social media over the past like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Because this is a far cry from the animations he makes on social, where he's usually just style transferring the guitar players.
Yeah, and it's interesting how there are these separate spheres. Claire, I think you've seen a lot of things more from like the closed source side, whereas kind of with Civitai, we're more on the open source side. What were kind of the first films that really caught your eye? Because I think your background is more on the marketing and that social media kind of world of it.
Yeah. Are you asking the film from the last year, the season 1, or just generally?
Oh, just in general. Yeah, just in general.
I think generally when I went to a AI film festival here in SF long time ago, I really enjoyed Paul Trillo's piece, which is a combination of traditional filming with mixing some stable diffusion sort of effects on top of it. I think that's such a clever way to leveraging the technology within that time period. I think that was almost two years ago. And I also really loved the Coca-Cola masterpiece, which is the same way, kind of combination of a traditional filming, 3D artists rendering / some stable diffusion stuff on top of it. I think what matters most to me is the story. At the end of the day, you can use so many different tools. You can can be super skilled and technical. If your story doesn't make sense, if your story doesn't really touch something inside of the audience, I don't think it matters how skillful or what type of tools you're using. So I think the story is very important to me. Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be a narrative to have a good story, right? You can tell a story through a music video. Not that there's necessarily a storyline, but there's something that it goes well with the theme of the song. It resonates with the audience watching. There's some message or meaning that's conveyed there.
Totally, yeah. Like the Coca-Cola one, I do feel like it was a storytelling, even though it was advertisement. So I think that just goes without saying that you can really deliver a good story with the intention to delivering a story, regardless what type of category you're entering. With that being said, I'm actually curious if some people might be curious about the sponsor awards. That how do people qualify?
Oh, how does that work? Yeah,
how do people qualify for that? Because there's one question that is it possible to make a single piece that satisfies all categories? very, very greedy there.
I mean, there is some overlap between the categories, right? You can use rendering and VFX in a narrative piece. However, we're keeping it independent. So for each of maybe I should categorize it as there are the main categories: narrative, music video, etc., and then there's the sponsor awards. So for any of the main categories, it's one film per category. Of course, you can enter multiple categories with multiple films, or you can also enter a single category with multiple different films. But it's limited to one per entry. So you can't take your same, if you have one film that's a narrative music video, you can't submit it to both narrative and music video. You gotta pick a lane.
Matty, real quick, because we kind of jumped in pretty quick here. Claire, can you do you want to introduce yourself to everyone and just kind of give everyone your background and tell them who
and your role
you are and all that good stuff and what your role with Project Odyssey is?
Oh yeah, people probably is not familiar with me. Like, who's this random person here? Yeah, my name is Claire Xue. My background is sort of I did a bunch of things in the creative field, but primarily is in the marketing, visual content side. So I did photography, prop design, staging, a lot of sort of a spatial, tactical, working with my hands type of work, as well as image work. And then when AI started, I kind of quickly branched out and I started learning a lot. So now one of my main roles is AI creative educator. So I train creatives, traditional creative people, like the creatives from Sephora, from all these other agencies, photographers, to utilizing these AI tools commercially available for them, integrated into their existing creative workflow. So oftentimes it's a combination of taking photograph traditionally and integrated into like generated scenery. So both practically and responsibly. So that's sort of like my day-to-day. But I joined the season 2 of Project Odyssey as the marketing director. So that's why I'm here.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here with us.
let me circle back to the category part then, about between the sponsor awards and the main categories. So there are those main categories: narrative, music video, etc., and the sponsor awards. So you can win both the sponsor awards and the main categories. You don't have to enter those sponsor awards separately. You just have to use their tool. So when you're making your film, there's a way to tag the different tools that you use. So say you use, Kling Video, 11 Labs, voiceover, some music from, even a non-sponsor, right? You use some music from Suno. You tag all the different tools you use, and then since you use those tools, you can search and sort. You can see all the films made with Kling. And so what Kling is going to do is they're going to, their judge and team is going to choose their first, second, and third prize winners as a title sponsor. Gold sponsors have a single prize, which is what we had last season, but they're not mutually exclusive. So, for example, you could win the first place in the narrative music video category and the third place in Kling, any combination of it, because they're totally independent. All you have to do is be able to use their tools in some significant way. And when I say significant way, that means, not just putting the tag on there for the sake of putting it on there, but, generating a couple clips, using it for, something that has some impact in your film. And we will be following up and checking, asking you how you did that if you're a candidate. So you'll have to not exactly prove it, but it helps to be able to showcase. And I think the behind the scenes too is a good way to show exactly how you use different tools in your workflow.
There's a lot of sponsor awards this year.
We raised a lot of money. So thankfully, because of the success of season 1, with a lot of great, the community making such amazing work, being able to share their work on social media, get the word out, get signups, we were able to bring in a lot of different companies who wanted to help support Project Odyssey Season 2 in the community. And also, for them, it's a great way to market their product, get new users, and showcase the tool, the best of what people are creating with their tool. So we're really thankful and wanted to give a big shout out to all of our different sponsors. And yeah, for these ones that are at the gold or at the title level, they're giving these extra cash prizes to incentivize usage. Of course, none of that's required. You can use any of these tools. You can use none of these tools. It's really up to you. We're not trying to gatekeep. You can even use tools that aren't on our sponsor list. But if you do, it's kind of like a bounty system. If you ever done a hackathon, to be able to try out something new.
Damn, guys, you could win $3,000 if Kling likes your video the best. That's pretty dope.
You could win a lot of money, right? Like if you add it up, right? If you could win the first prize in a category, so that's like $2,000. Then if you win the first prize in every sponsor award.
Matty really really designed this whole system with you guys in mind of how to really maximizing the reward, because as we all know, like we spend a lot of time to generating these videos, put a lot of hours on it. We really wanted to make sure that you get the most out of it, not just the free credits trial, but actually cash compensation as well. But a lot of these sponsors are great sponsors. Like, who doesn't use 11 Labs, right? Who doesn't use Clean, Minimax, and all these open source like cloud credits as well? It's generally just, we're not really here for just sponsoring the free credits and the cash prize, but all these, I think all these companies are generally really, really good company to actually use for compete.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it seems like there are very few premier tools right now that are not wrapped up into this with us at the moment.
Yeah, I think we have the whole range from it. Tyler, could you go to the homepage, please?
Yes.
If you scroll down, scroll down to all the logos.
Got it.
So we got some sponsors too are don't have a consumer facing tool, but they're like Lambda, right? They offer GPUs, and some of these different companies are their clients. So it's really trying to think about that ecosystem from all angles. But we have video gen, we have a couple different voiceover solutions, music gen from high-low, audio, upscaling, screenwriting. So yeah, 3D, everything you can.
Fel is really good. I actually use it to fine tune Flex on Fel really fast. Highly recommend fastest platform to fine tune Flex model, Laura.
Or Civitai. You could also do that.
Yeah, Civitai, obviously. But just saying, because it's very obvious Civitai is like the star of the show.
I think we use Flex. We use Fel too. We're thinking of everyone right here as collaborators rather than competitors. Of when we're all working together, show how these tools work in conversation. What does that look like when we're unified versus tearing each other down? I think it's going to result in mainstream adoption a lot quicker and more opportunities for everyone to get hired doing this and make a career out of it.
I think it's really cool to also in the mix, looking at the sponsors as a whole, to see more open source leaning communities like Banadoko, like Genmo, like Cog, also throwing into the hat with these obviously much larger companies that have these closed models. And I think that says a lot that we kind of got both sides of the coin involved.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, Claire, you want to shout out your handle? Some people were asking about it. Let me go through some of these questions too. Yes, Enigmatic E is going to be a judge. Oh, go for it, Claire. Sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no worries. Just Claire and last name XUE on Instagram, LinkedIn. Yeah, and I have a newsletter. And if you find me on LinkedIn or Instagram, you will see the newsletter.
Yeah. For the different sponsors, what are they and what did they do? If you want to have more info, if you go to season 2, that tab at the top, and then there's a drop down of free trials and if you go to the navigation at the top, Tyler, free trials
and prizes.
Yeah, so if you scroll even further down, we have all the different. I've categorized it into image, video, audio, so you can read up a bit about them and see what free trials. And if you haven't signed up, please sign up for our mailing list. We're gonna be sending out the free trials on Monday, time TBD, but at least by end of day Monday. And we're also opening up the submission window if you made films after that. And we'll be posting it on Discord too, for all those free trial links.
Yeah, guys, this is a really great opportunity. If you are still trying to kind of figure out what platforms would mesh the best with the way that you want to make stuff, and you've been kind of hesitant because, as we know, subscription fees pile up, right, with all this stuff. This is a great opportunity to kind of test everything out and see what you actually like the best and what works best for you. And then maybe by the end of this whole thing, you'll actually have like your solid working stack of tools put together.
And there are probably some hidden gems you haven't heard of before too, of things coming out that are really powerful, but maybe don't have the same kind of brand presence that,
I also recommend to kind of start, like Taylor said, start kind of think about what are the tool stacks you want to utilize for your film if you are actually generating a film for this competition particularly, because some of these free trial credits are first come first serve for first 5,000 signups, and a couple of them to mention, I think Matty Cooling and Minimax trials are only works for the 3 days, the first three days you sign up, right? So there's a time limit.
Yeah, not just on the December 16th date. So say you sign up on December 25th, it would last to the 28th. So each of the sponsors, depending on how their product works, how their website works, they've been able to offer different free trials. So, we're really thankful for the generosity across the board. So it's just figuring out where what products you want to use. Some of them you might want to just try it out. Some of them you might want to use it as a core part of your film. So a little bit here and there.
And we'll do a stream, guys, somewhere in the middle of all this too, to go over some new best practices in some tricks with Animate Diff for those of you that really don't want to pay for anything and you want to film it all yourself and do that whole thing. And then there are a number of workflows. I believe next week, Schmid is coming on the guest stream with me, and Schmid created a really great cog video workflow for Comfy UI. So we'll be talking to him about that and about fine tuning LoRa's and stuff. So there's so many ways to make cool things now that it almost is overwhelming because there's so many new things. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out, do I keep Minimax, Kling, and Sora, or do I get like which one stays and which ones go?
Well, keep Kling and Hilo because they're our sponsors.
Yeah. The struggle's real.
Anyone from the audience have some questions?
That's super funny. Okay, bro. Guys, we're open to any questions you have about Project Odyssey or anything you guys want to know. If you have questions right now is definitely the time to ask because the man is right there. Engelstein, no, you cannot get a loan. That is not what we're doing here. As these tools get bigger and better, do you think it's like on one hand, it makes it easier for people to create things, but on the other hand, I can also see there being like a lot of paralysis by analysis because you don't know what to pick. But I think at this point, everyone kind of has their favorites.
Yeah, it's hard because they're incremental gains, right? They're targeting a similar audience. Every month, of course, they come out with these really cool updates, but they are occupying a similar space right now, at least at the foundational model level. I haven't played too much around with the creative suites, though, like the ones that are integrating a bunch of these different, where you can like combine them. Kyber looked pretty cool. The Super Studio.
I will say that I've been intrigued by how Kyber has made their thing look now. That the Super Studio thing I think is a really cool play. I am yet to use it, but I'm definitely interested
Totally.
in checking it out.
That infinite canvas, I feel like a couple different groups or companies are trying to take on that approach of the infinite canvas, kind of like the Figma look and feel. And also, I think yesterday at Midjourney's office hour, they also demonstrated something like that, but within the universe of Midjourney. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get even more video models. Probably, I heard character AI, like Google VO, Niantic, I think is probably going to come out with one. ByteDance has a ton.
Matty, there's a question for you. What are teams accepted this year?
Yes, teams they were accepted last year and they're accepted this year. So up to 15 people. I don't think anyone is.
Wow.
I mean, maybe you're working on it with your small production studio, right? And you have a sound designer, you have a writer, you have a director, you have a Foley artist. So yeah, we do accept teams up to 15 people. And on the Civitai submission, you can, similar to Instagram, you can add collaborators. You could do it too, K-Bro. I see the 15 people, 2 seconds of video per user. So there was a cool project it was last year. It's called RT2 Remake, where they remade Terminator, and each artist got a different section of the film. So yeah, there are definitely ways to approach it like that.
I thought this was a really good question, because you could see how stuff could get skewed a little bit more for certain styles, but how would you answer this, Matty? I know myself, as someone who's going to be judging, it's not going to be about the style. It's going to be about how the piece of work actually makes me feel.
Yeah, I think photorealistic, it's easier to poke holes in, right? Because there is more of that uncanny valley. So if something does not look right, it's easier to maybe from a visual standpoint, right, pick apart compared to something animated. But I don't think there's really any judging criteria that makes one or the others different. Last year I think the video to video ones did do well in terms of the results and the winners, but I think the image to video and text to video ones have gone a lot better in the past 3 to 4 months. So there's going to be a much tighter competition where hopefully it's going to be very competitive, but we have more categories. So it's maybe trying to make that range of films where you do one narrative piece and then maybe you do 2 spec ads. Trying a little bit of everything.
And man, I don't know if you guys ever do this, because I know still a lot of people think of Civitai as an image forward site, right? Because that's what we started as, and that's by far and large what we still are. But sometimes when I need extra inspo, I go to the Civitai page and I filter it out by just videos. And like what comes up here is a really perfect example of what all the different tools are capable of, because I see 4 or 5 different video tools here alone for things that have floated up to the top. And like you can also on some of them, you can see the little Minimax logos and they look absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. And actually, if you click into it, right, click into, I guess that one just used Flux, but they didn't tag their, So go up to the top search bar, like under models, and click select tools. So this is a new feature that we built for this time around, and you can look up. Let's just look up Kling, for example. Right. So now we have these like tool tags. So everything in this collection was made with Kling, and if you click into any of these videos, it has that little tool tag that we're giving as an example. You might need to scroll
down. Got it. Okay.
Our video.
Right there.
Yeah. And for some of the Project Odyssey ones, maybe you'll have 5, 10 different tools. So if you're trying to sort to see inspiration based on different tools, that's another way to do it. And Tyler, if you go back to that search, that tool search. I think you can even look up like video, like if you look up like video. And
wow, okay. Hey, see, look, I'm learning stuff about the site every day too.
Yeah. So we're getting ramped up on, adding banner images and things like that. But for any of these, you can find all the different videos made with them.
I hope when you guys are uploading your stuff to the site, you're labeling all the things you use, because I definitely do.
Yeah.
There is an access code question here in the chat. Access codes, apply them to an existing account or set up new ones specifically for this project? Any direction or best practice?
It depends. It depends on the service. Some of them are going to require you to make a new account. It's like part of their, just the flow to provide the free trials. So some of them you can apply. Some of them you're going to have to make a new account for. So case by case basis. Yeah.
Dude, the mochi videos on the site look insane.
Yeah, and we will have hopefully Kling and Hilo also in the generator, if we want to plug that, Tyler.
I'm not too sure what the exact launch date on that is, so I haven't said anything, but that is actively being worked on to get both Kling and Minimax in the on-site generator for you guys as well. So without leaving Civitai, you'll have the choice between Kling, Minimax, Hyper, and Mochi.
Yeah. And we are giving some buzz to signups as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Synthwave, I see your question on website optimization. The website is constantly being optimized. That is an ongoing thing, especially as things expand for stuff like this.
Yeah, it's a lot of people, a lot of content.
But yeah, if you guys need inspiration, I would definitely say go check out the images page and just filter it out by.
Why don't you just go to the videos page, Tyler? Is there difference?
Or we could. There's different ones. I wonder what
algorithm is different.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, no, that's awesome. Dude, yeah, I'm really excited to see what everyone makes this year. Last year was crazy, and the tools have only gotten better and better. Because last year, when
it wasn't even last year, right? It was just
it was just a couple months ago. But what ago, like a tool had just come out, right?
It was both Gen 3, Runway Gen 3, and Luma Dream Machine. So that was really lucky. And now we're just getting all these cool video models and Sora too.
So there was no Kling and no Minimax last year.
Nope, not yet.
The season 1.
Yeah, last season. That was June to July, mid-June to mid-July.
I think we're gonna get some photoreal films this year, more photoreal films this year, because the baseline model just got so much better for photoreal.
So much, it's so good. I honestly think arguably photorealistic videos are easier to make than animated ones now.
Because the models do better with them.
Yeah. I think the models are still catching up now with animating the anime images and the cartoon images. Let's see here. So, sorry, go on, Claire.
I was just gonna probably say the same thing. We have a question. Will this work like before, where stage 1 is public voting?
Good question. So yeah, we decided to get rid of the community vote this time. We had the community vote last time because we wanted to both give the community a voice in selecting the winners and also be able to pare down all of the films into the finalists. So we had the top 50 for each category. We found that it was really hard to manage. It was a little bit of a who had a biggest following type popularity contest. These things can be gamed. We had some kind of safety tools on the back end to prevent people from making multiple accounts and making multiple IP addresses, but still there's room for abuse there. And so we just decided, since it's going to be a much higher volume of films this time, the stakes are going to be higher because they're higher cash prizes. What we're gonna do is a preliminary judging round. So for each of the categories, they're going to have one preliminary judge. Like Claire is going to do the advertisement one. I'll probably do the behind the scenes, and kind of a reputable, trustworthy person for each of those. They'll be rating all the films within that one category, and whatever the top 25 or so films from the category, then they move on to the finals, where the full panel watches all of those finalists. Because I think we had over 100 hours of films the last time, and that's just not scalable for.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot to watch last time.
And I watched because I had to approve it too. I watched every single of the 1,300 entries, and I loved it. But this time we're gonna have even more. It's just hard for one person to do, and then for the community side of it, we want to make it fair. So that's kind of the there's never a perfect solution, but I think this way is you have that initial curated list for each category that makes it to the finals, and the finals are judged by the whole panel.
I do think doing away with the community vote was a really good move, because at a certain point it's hard to keep it from turning into a popularity contest on that front. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, say you're Gertie got it right. You have 2 million followers, and you send them all to vote for you. And shout out to Gertie, because he'll be one of our judges this year. So looking forward to that. We got him, a little sneak peek. We got Flostradamus. We got one of the Door brothers representing Hilo, Enigmatic E. Let me think who else. Visual.
Hey man, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but if you guys do not know who Flostradamus is, he is a legendary trap music producer, and I'm just saying it could be a good idea to maybe use one of his songs to make your music video. I'm just saying that probably won't matter, but it would be cool to see.
Well, speaking of that, it's a good segment for one of the questions, right? Some people, I think it's they're asking copyright stuff. They're asking any tool to run our stuff through to help identify if any copyrighted stuff slipped in, and asking if using YouTube upload to test it would be good. So that goes back to mixing somebody else's song for the music video category. Would that actually work for?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Lyrics, it wouldn't matter, right? If you take the lyrics, you drop them into Suno and Udio, and then it's considered a cover, which we're allowing this season. I think do as much as you can to avoid DMCA and takedown requests. Like, originality is going to be one of the factors in judging. Like, if you're just I mentioned this in the Discord, if you're just style transferring a scene from The Matrix and submitting it, right, that, even if it looks super cool, we'll probably approve it, but it probably won't win. So, do things that, it's cool to do experiments. It's cool to push the tech, but avoid things that are just, of course you can reimagine, what would this world look like as a TV series or things like that. But this is a chance for you to show your original ideas.
Ignore my advice. That was a terrible idea. Forget everything I just said.
No, but, if you're really passionate about making, a music video with a certain song, that's what's calling to you. Go for it. We'll still probably approve it, but if it gets taken down by the, YouTube or Vimeo overlords, right? That's on you. There's so many cool tools, so might as well try to do something original.
Matty, all the rules that are released now are the rules, right? There's nothing new coming on the 16th.
Nothing new coming on the 16th. I think I might add a criteria section. So probably that would be like, how it's going to be judged. So originality, execution, storytelling, not necessarily the storytelling of, is it a narrative piece, but does it convey some message or impact? So I'll probably put that on the website too, but that's more of a general guideline. Each judge is going to come in with their own, criteria. We have a whole range, right? From the silver and above sponsors, they each get a judging position. So we have people who are, more on the tech side. We have people more on the creative side, because that's mainstream audiences, right? They're a mix of everyone. It's not just, people who are, so we're trying to have that whole spectrum, but having some amazing kind of creators too.
I really love this comment from Carr, because I really think that this is what it's all about. And if nothing else, look, I know that everyone loves to win, right? I love to win. We all love to win. No one likes to lose. Everyone loves to win. With that being said, I'm going to echo the same thing that I saw Palm write in Banadoko earlier this week. Let this be the thing that really pushes you to make your last big creative project of 2024 and get a really strong start to your momentum as a creator into the new year.
Claire, we should steal that for our next marketing.
I love that.
What's your New Year's resolution? Yeah, make a film for Project Odyssey.
Totally.
Chris from Syntax Diffusion asks, is it still good if we get approval from the artist? Yes, that is amazing. So that's what Jazz Scene Film Machine Delusions did with Jazz Scene USA. That's what Get to You and Dylan Varela did with Get to You. The song there, they knew the artist, right? They knew the musician, or maybe you're a music producer yourself. So if you get permission in some case, right, it's not going to get DMCA'd, because unless you have a falling out or something. But that's always a good way to do it. If you have friends who are musicians, spotlight their work. Be able to collab. I think that's really amazing to remix.
Here's a good question.
Our story allegory. Can you explain that?
I think he means if the narrative behind the story is a little bit more abstract, should they also submit the meaning behind what they make with it, or should they just leave it up to us to interpret?
I think part of it, right, is letting the viewer to come to their own conclusions. Of course, you can spell it out, but it's always better to show rather than tell. There is a description section. So, for example, let's just use Bardia's example from last year. He won the second prize in the open format category because he actually made a interactive film where you would choose the choices, and I think he had it pre-generated, but it was like a little bit of an interactive game, and he had the download link to the game, and you wouldn't have known it just watching it. Of course he clicks it, but that added description added to it. So I think if you want to add that description, or if you want to do the behind the scenes, that helps. There was this beautiful, I forget let me pull up the can you go on the website, Tyler?
Yes. Where am I?
And if you go to the honor, if you go to previous winners, and you go to honorable mentions, scroll down. It's I think it's at the very bottom. Keep going. Yeah. So this one, dancing in the dust of us.
Where was that?
Yeah. Left.
This one?
Up. One row up. Dancing in the, yeah. So I think this creator, he had they had a family member pass away, and that's what this film was like. This poem about love, death, and redemption. It was beautiful, and they also made a behind the scenes piece that explained that part of it. So I think that's another way to approach that question. But yeah, I really love this one too.
Is behind the scene length also under 15 minutes?
Yeah, under 15 minutes. So that's a lot of time. So you probably if you want to spend the whole 15 minutes, but of course go for quality versus quantity, and quality versus quantity. I'd say it's a good metric.
Yeah, man, if you guys are going out of your way to make a full video for Project Odyssey, you might as well shoot the behind the scenes at the same time and enter 2 categories.
Yeah, because it gives you a lot of B-roll. I think it also helps with the, it's not an exact criteria for the sponsor awards, but it definitely doesn't hurt, right? If the sponsor can see exactly how their tool is being used. Oh yeah, this one was cool by was it Remy? Yeah.
Remy. Yeah, come back. Yeah, this I thought was absolutely superb. Remy did a great job. This is insane. Look at what he did here. This is insane.
Yeah, and sometimes like you don't understand what goes into it. Like you've put so much work, but it's hard to just by the base video itself, it's hard to communicate that. So I think having this behind the scenes or that side by side, Tyler, after this, maybe you could pull up the one you did with the meatball. That side by side one. But that really shows how you're using these tools, how you're kind of interpreting it creatively, and how skilled you are as a creator.
Got to actually go to my Instagram page for that one.
It really shows how much of a control you were able to navigate, or you were able to control these models with the behind the scene instead of just trial lag, generate a bunch of clips, select the best ones.
Yeah, I mean, even for something like, oh no,
Instagram's been a little wonky for me the past day or so.
I feel like all of the tools have, like, a lot of the tools have
ChatGPT was down yesterday.
Well, no. So yesterday it was ChatGPT, Sora, Minimax, Luma, Instagram, and WhatsApp.
I don't know. Getting DDoSed.
This isn't the behind the scenes one, but this was, E and I did this in a weekend.
Oh, go to the after you show this, go to the Project Odyssey website. I think I have it on the examples of the rendering effects. Or at least I have I have E's water droplet one. Got it. Okay. Because for some reason you can only embed YouTube things, which is really annoying on. Scroll on that gallery. Yeah. Or you can show your one with the. Oh, you threw my Eiffel Tower one in here. Yeah, from the Banadoko YouTube actually is pretty good. Like they're uploading a lot of cool things. Like, that's cool, right? Seeing the before and after. Who is that first guy who did this? Like Hassan. Yeah, he did a lot of he did a lot of architectural transformation things. E's videos are always master classes in all this. This is just like, but he doesn't. This doesn't have the behind the scenes part of it, unfortunately. But yeah, check it out. Go check out his channel and Tyler's channel, and there are a lot of places for you guys to pull inspo from, and just know that all the people judging are people that do this. So we're pulling from our experience of working with this stuff day in and day out to as we're watching all of your submissions. And I'm really excited to see how the bar gets raised this year. I really think that come mid-January, this is going to set the new bar for where all the AI video filmmaking stuff is. Yep. And I've been having a lot of conversations. There are a lot of people from industry who are looking at this competition, and the hiring market for AI creators is crazy right now. Like, if you're a talented creator, there are a lot of jobs. So I think this is a great way to show your best work and get hired. Here's a good question. Is behind the scenes judged by presentation or explanation? I would say both. Yeah, I'd say it's the story of yourself as a creator, the story of your workflows, and what inspired you to make the project. I think those are all important considerations. You know, of course, polish is nice. So yeah, a little bit of each one, and you can see from the examples last year. Actually, yeah, let me even post the. There was the collection I made of all the. Let's see, awards. I made like a separate collection of this.
Oh, you mean on Civitai?
Oh wait, can I? Oh no, I guess you can't. Well, yeah, okay. I guess if you go to the Project Odyssey Season 1 collection, where is it? Project Odyssey. Here we go. Okay, Tyler, I'm gonna DM it to you on Discord, and we'll. Okay. I'm not sure if we can drop it in the chat or something, but we can share it some way differently.
All right, let me go here real quick. Boom, and then I will put it in the chat for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, let's make sure it pulls up on the website here first. Boom. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So this is all of the entries. So something different that we do compared to all of the different film competitions is we show and host every single entry, not just the winners. So if you, the play, we're still working on the video playback system, so it might be a little janky, but there's always a little jank to everything good. So if you scroll up to the top, Tyler, you can actually sort by category. And we'll have this again this year. So you, as the entries come in, you can see what else is out there. But you can see all the different music video entries. You can see all the different narratives. And this is not just the winners and the honorable mentions. This is, everything. So
awesome. Okay. Super cool. Can we actually put the link to where the collection is going to be on the Project Odyssey website?
Yeah, I should do that. And I should also link this in the submission for this next year's one. So I'll add it to my ever-growing list of tasks.
See, man, I just love how crazy this page looks. I knew the 3D animation page, everything would just like play, and it just looks so cool seeing everyone's different ideas like on the exact same thing side by side.
If you make a video that's less than 30 seconds, it will autoplay. Actually, it was a missed opportunity. I really should have edited like every single one of these into a video. I only did like the top 10 or 20. But this in and of itself is really cool to look at. Yeah.
The Alice in Wonderland one was so good.
That is really good.
Was so good. Who was it? Again, Remy. I totally forgot you made this one too. Remy is a killer. I'm going to be surprised if he doesn't win something this year.
Yeah, we tried to split up the categories to spread the love a little bit. So for social media, we split that out. For rendering VFX, we gave more options. For trailers, I know a lot of people love to make trailers, so we split that out from narrative.
Little My Hero, Academia, love it.
Tag. That's hilarious.
Even this one, from Nika Generates. If you guys aren't following Nika on Instagram, all of Nika's work has this really like super surreal. Oh, it's like
Hieronymus Bosch. That's right. That's the what it reminds me of.
Shout out to Nika. I thought this was really, really great too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm super excited. The tools have only gotten better. You guys have only had more time to use them, which means we have high hopes for everything we're about to watch this year.
Nice.
Matty, before we kind of wrap it up here, any important info you think the people should know that we may have missed, or anything you would like to reiterate?
Oh yeah, one important point. So when the free trials go live on we're going to send them out via email. some people have been getting, if you were signed up for the past season, you might not have gotten another email, but you're on the list. Don't worry about it. If you don't get the email, by Tuesday, right, just send us a message and we'll get you those free trials. But for some of the services where they say like up to, first 100 people, first 5,000 people, they're going to have another link inside of that email or that sign up where you have to go and you have to unfortunately do another, thing from there. So if you want, you can go through all of them and just submit your name for all of them, or some of them you can redeem immediately and start using. But some of them, they're going to have to add you on their end for the tool sponsor end.
Here are two questions that we should answer here. So, Car, sorry, I saw this this question earlier, but I missed it. So, for his contribution last year, he made a music video with German lyrics. For this year, he reinterpreted the text with Claude, and this time it's in English. Is that within the rules?
As long as it's completed within the
90
competition,
days.
90 days of the, if you make some change, make a little change here or there, right? You resubmit it, that counts. But try to do something that's more than perfunctory. And then, another point on that, language. So English as a speaking language or English subtitles, because all the judges, the common language is English. So there are a couple great submissions last year, but I could not, and the judges, right, they cannot for the life of them understand what was being said. Unfortunately, because there isn't, language translation yet. So one of the two, either English speaking audio or subtitles. We're going to ask for that if it's something with dialogue. Yeah.
And then are they allowed to post their submission to their social channels prior to judging, or should they wait until the judging's done?
Nope, totally. Go post it on socials, tag Project Odyssey, post it in your AI video Facebook page, on Reddit, get more people to see it and spread the word about the competition. That really helps us grow. So we would really appreciate it. Actually, we want you to go and share it and let people know that you made this for Project Odyssey. And then also going back one point, for music videos, you don't need to translate the audio or put it in add the subtitles. It's only for those more pieces where you actually have to understand the lyrics. Of course, you're welcome to do that, but you're not required to.
This year, right? The 3D and the VFX, because that's going to be one category now, correct?
Yeah, rendering and VFX, that's going to be one category, as by inner reflection. So you can bring your own. Bring your own input footage. We're not going to have a common one this time, just because we wanted to make it more open. And there are a lot of really cool things people could do with 3D, or might want to just like that.
We're taking off the training wheels this year. We're taking off the training wheels.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But you can have your there's like a really cool pixel pusher. Like Jeru did a competition, right? You could have your own competition and have people, you make your own input footage, and then everyone in your competition submits, versions of it. This really is a community project. So, I think there's some people like Zonk Vision is hosting a workshop somewhere in East Asia, and they're going to be submitting their entries to the competition as kind of like a end goal. Yeah.
Cosmic, to answer this, I think it's okay, but if just be aware that if you submit something that's too similar to last year's, and like we recognize that might hurt the judging, right? If we feel like it's the same thing from last year. So if you're going to do that, there's nothing wrong with it, but just make sure you make enough significant changes that we feel like we're watching something new.
Yeah, because it's not going to be a disqualifier. It's still going to be eligible, but like I said, originality is going to be a factor. Yeah.
We want to see how you've evolved in the past 6 months. All right. Claire, any last words from your side?
Well, I'm just so excited for this, and if you haven't signed up, please sign up, because like we mentioned, some of these credits, it's first comes first serve. So make sure you sign up, make sure you share, make sure let your friends know, let your friends' moms know, let everybody know. And we
tell
wanna
your
see
friends
it.
who've never made an AI film before, right? This is if they don't want to pay anything, there's no better opportunity than to try out all these free trials, especially for those people who are critical, right? I think it's good that people are critical of how these tools are being used and of AI art, but as long as they're open-minded, right? They give it a try, and I think that can really change people's mind if they are able to see what can they create. So, if you have a friend who's a filmmaker from the traditional world and they're hating on AI, have them try it out. If they hate, if they're critical at the end of it, that's their right. But I think this is a great opportunity to get started and make your first AI movie, or make your 10th AI movie, whatever the case may be.
Ooh, you guys are lucky I'm judging, because you know me, I would have made a 15-minute stop motion animation that would make you guys just cringe the entire time.
Gromit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tyler. What would you make if you were to enter?
I'm gonna give you guys some sauce right here, because that's what I do for everyone. And show you guys exactly what I would use right now if I was to enter Project Odyssey. There is this Laura on Civitai that I am in love with. And if you guys come to the stream on a regular basis, you know that I am in love with this Laura. Shout out to Clumsy Train. Oh, wait, my screen. Sorry. Shout out to Clumsy Trainer, who trained this Laura, because he did a phenomenal job. This is the clay motion Laura. And if you guys would like to build something in like a stop motion claymation style, which I'm just going to say holds a warm part in a lot of people's hearts and is very endearing, especially if you take it to make something that is more serious and not endearing, but it still gives it that quality. The little videos I've been able to generate with this have been insane. And Minimax does a phenomenal job at creating stop motion videos when you give it an image like what this Laura creates. I mean, just
make a horror film out of this too. That'd be kind of good. That would hit.
Look at the gallery here. It's like just all the things that this does is insane. So that's the little bit of sauce from me. That's what I would make if I was entering. I would use this opportunity to make a short stop motion film.
Yeah. If I were entering, I would. Shout out to anyone if they want to do this. I'd make a cool intro for Project Odyssey, like if it were like a TV series. I always love those. Like the Love, Death, and Robots intro, or Pantheon, like they have like really cool intros. So that would be what I would make. What about you, Claire?
I think that is a really good idea, where you film yourself and we do like a video to video type of a feel, and instead of a photo reel as yourself, you become a sort of a cartoon characters or animations, or like different styles of that.
Like Everything Everywhere All at Once. I love that. That's my favorite scene.
Yes, that'd be a cool one. Cool. I can't really. Yeah, I think that's really good. I may steal your idea for that. Just yeah.
Awesome. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us on this special Project Odyssey Q&A stream. I hope that we were able to answer all of your questions. I don't think there were any questions that we really missed. We're really excited for December 16th and for submissions to start rolling in. I'm excited to just sit down with my infinite cups of coffee and watch everyone's films because truth be told, I need a little bit of extra inspiration for myself these days.
Yeah, show us what you
man.
got. Yeah, we should probably have another one of these too at some point. So, but you know, on Discord, join the Discord. That's where I'm most active. Claire's most Claire's handling some of the social media stuff. So if you have questions there, but I think it's better to bring it to the Discord so more people can. Because if you have a question, probably someone else has the same question. So if you have it, please send people over our way.
And hey, last thing here, since I just saw this question pop up, do you guys have any good tutorials for Comfy? I haven't tuned in since about August. While we have a lot of great resources on our Civitai YouTube, truth be told, if you want to get up to date with Comfy and you want to just go watch Enigmatic E's YouTube and go to Purz's YouTube. Both guys put out top quality educational content. Purz has a whole beginner's Comfy tutorial to help you get set up. Go to his YouTube. If you need to get started in Comfy and you want to use this opportunity to push you to do that, go there and he'll get you right.
Yeah. I'd also recommend checking out Inner Reflections articles on Civitai. He has a bunch of great, articles on video style transfer stuff.
Shout out to Inner Reflections.
I think he's our number one writer, right, on the leaderboards.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
it's because his articles are what taught me how to use Animate Diff and Comfy UI. So that says something. Go check out Inner Reflection stuff. I'm excited. Boom. Anything else from you two?
Oh, one more thing for the Comfy UI, I recommend check out the Comfy Anonymous site. I think he has all the newest. Yeah, he has all the newest workflow, and it's embedded in the images, which is really cool. I think Theo showed me that. That's worth to mention.
Real quick before we get going though, Claire, in the little private chat window that's in this box, can you put in a link to your social that if people want to keep up and follow you, where they should go to, and then I'll put it in the chat for everyone. And then Matty, same thing for you. Why don't you go ahead and either put yours or put the Project Odyssey social in there, and I'll copy and paste it for everyone.
Yeah. What do I even use these days? LinkedIn is it sad that LinkedIn is my most
No, man. Hey, LinkedIn is underrated for social.
Yeah. They have short form video too.
So guys, if you want to keep up with Claire, I just put the link to her LinkedIn right there. And then here is Matty's LinkedIn. And then for those of you that
let me get the Discord. Discord.
There is my Instagram for those of you that are interested, and
one more. So there you go.
We got the Project Odyssey Instagram. Boom. Claire's Instagram. And the last one is going to be the link to the Project Odyssey Discord channel. So you guys have all the links. You guys have all the rules. You guys have all the tools.
Well, on Monday.
But it's time to make some cool stuff. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I will be back tomorrow, joined by KF Tiger. We will be doing a special holiday Laura stream, and we'll be finding the very best Christmas festive Lauras on Civitai. And wait. I'm going to show you. I got to show you guys this because KF would be absolutely mad if I didn't. Let me find the picture real quick. I'm gonna bring it back up here so that KF doesn't get mad at me. Here is the wonderful thumbnail KF made for our holiday Laura stream tomorrow. So don't miss it. We're going to be here at 3 p.m. tomorrow. In case you guys can't.
You gotta replace that beanie with a.
I know, man. I probably should go get an elf hat or a Santa hat for tomorrow. Guys, have a wonderful Thursday. I will catch you all tomorrow. Matty, Claire, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll circle back and we'll do another one of these, maybe like right after the kickoff or maybe somewhere in the middle of it all. Mm-hmm. And we'll kind of just talk about how things are going, how submissions are looking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Everyone, catch you tomorrow. Civitai.com.
Bye.
We're out of here. And